Lamar Jackson, once again, he got his first playoff win, so nobody's going to knock him. He got his playoff win, but he still had the same type of troubles that we've seen in the years prior where he just couldn't throw the ball down the field. So do you see this being a problem moving forward, or does he have to, or does the front office have to add more pieces around him? Do you see this as a Lamar issue or as a personnel issue moving forward?
It's definitely both. I feel like Lamar Jackson definitely needs more help. Hollywood Brown cannot be your number one option right now. He's very great at what he's doing in the slot position and getting you key plays. But yeah, DeQuez just said need better wide receivers. Definitely. Dez Bryant, age is just not on his side. He can't even be your number 2 receiver as far as I'm concerned. So Lamar definitely needs better wide receivers, but I can't give him no accountability on this. He has to be accountable. Like, Lamar, you got to step it up. You got to get better as a pocket passer. I need him to be in the offseason grinding, because there were a lot of plays during that Bills game where literally 2 seconds after the snap, he's just looking down, trying to figure out what to run. Granted, there were a few players where I feel like the O-line could have done better, but there were just a lot of instances where I'm like, Lamar, look upfield. Like, try to dance in the pocket a little bit instead of trying to hurry up and find a run hole. I feel like he just has to get his IQ up just a little bit more.
See, I agree with DeQuez on this one too with the offensive coordinator. I think it's more play calling than anything, bro, because they just kept trying to run the ball. I thought the Bills was going to be soft at the running game. In the beginning, they was looking soft, like you can run. But then when Lamar Jackson couldn't open them up with anything down the field, they putting 8, 9 in the box when y'all still trying to run the ball. It's just like You can't run against this front right now, bro. You have to have Lamar spread it out. If Lamar could have made a couple of key throws, I think this would have been a different game, because I think your running game would have been opened up. But it just didn't happen. The throws weren't made. The receivers weren't getting open. When you have Dez Bryant in 2021 playing key snaps for you in the playoffs, that's a problem, especially coming off of 2 injuries, 2 Achilles injuries. That's a problem. He's on the field for you. And Willie Snead was looking like your number 1 wide receiver. That's a problem. Right. Like, we have to get better wide receivers from him. He does have to improve, though, because he was missing some throws as well during that game. But you look at the weapons, it's just like, what is he really working with? You have a deep threat in Hollywood Brown, but what else am I getting? Dez Bryant in 2021 is getting key snaps.
And I asked a key question on Facebook a few days ago. What standard are we holding Lamar to? Is Lamar at that level yet to where we look at him to just make it work with mediocre to slightly above average? Or is he going to be that quarterback where he has to have elite talent around him? Like, so that's the question.
You mean in the playoffs? Because in the regular season, he makes it work.
Just overall, you can say, you can divide it up, playoffs or regular season, but I'm just talking from overall.
I think when you get that MVP tag, bro, I think you start to get that tag of you have to overcome some things, because it was the same thing for Cam. It's just like the standard was raised after he won MVP, and a lot of people question it. Did he ever get back to that standard? So people will have to or keep looking at you to getting back up to that MVP standard. So he has to get up to that, even with mediocre talent. He has to.
Because with Pat Mahomes right now, he's been in the perfect situation ever since he's been a starter. What's going to happen when eventually Patrick Mahomes doesn't have elite talent around him and we really get to see what he can do when it's not the best of the best as his supporting cast?
Honestly,
hold him to the same standard?
Honestly, I don't think that will happen, because the front office and that ownership for the Chiefs is going to be so good to just keep getting talent around him. Even when the Tyreek Hills start to get older, the Kelsey start to get older, they're going to keep drafting and replenishing talent where it won't be a drop-off, really. It won't be a drop-off. So I don't think Patrick Mahomes will have those same type of pitfalls like a Lamar is going through right now. I just don't see it. Even after Tyreek Hill and the Kelsey are gone, I just can't see a drop, because you still see they got a McCole Hardman, and they still got a Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Those are some young boys.
Yeah, you still got Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, Sammy Watkins. You know what I'm saying? So they still have pieces to grow with that are young still. So I think he's still going to be fine. So I don't think he will ever be in that position where Deshaun is or where Lamar is right now, where you have to make something happen. It's just like he's going to have pieces on the field. And you have one of the best offensive minds ever in Andy Reid. So it's like we can't really say anything bad about Patrick Mahomes. You're in the perfect situation with Patrick Mahomes. A question should be asked, what would Patrick Mahomes be doing right now? If he was in Baltimore, what would he be? That's
well, yeah, you can make the question that too. If you were to just switch the players, basically, what would we see from Pat Mahomes?
And I think the Baltimore would be a different offense. And I think Hollywood Brown, it would definitely be a different offense, but I think Hollywood Brown will be utilized way more for his speed because with Patrick Mahomes, he gonna sling that thing. And people like Willie Snead, he would get more out of people like Willie Snead and Dez Bryant because I think he can overcome mediocre talent just off his arm strength and his arm talent. I think Patrick Mahomes can do that. But Lamar Jackson does not have that arm talent and that arm strength. So you have to give him something. You have to give him something to work with. You know what I'm saying? To overcome his shortcomings for right now. So that's what we're looking at.